Hello, and welcome to a dev recording of working on what we're going to be doing today is Gary's Game. So Gary's Game is inspired by an old Pixar short called, Gary's Game. So if you're not familiar with that, I'd recommend you go check it out on YouTube. It's available. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So it's like the concept of the level is that we're going to have the player control one of two players, and the goal of the game is to defeat one of the players before a specific time limit or faster. And the quicker you do it, then like maybe the higher score you get or something kind of like that. So we're going to try and get the basis of this working, and then like evaluate like how fun or not fun it is. So this is one of those kind of weirder ideas where it's like, hey, it's kind of a puzzle, but it's real time, because you're trying to figure out basically the best way to modify your current base and then have the other player like destroy you. One thing I want to do with these maps is specifically let you be able to choose to be either red or blue, right? Whichever color you want to be as your starting color. So you could say, oh, what's the start color I want to like abuse the level to end the game quicker. We're gonna want kind of a larger level, I think. We're gonna give like a lot of resources probably. So I'm gonna change the dimensions here. Let's go for more like vertically focused. So let's go like 80 by 64. I'm going to do empty here. And let's get started. We can't do apostrophes. Gary Game. Yeah, we'll just call it Gary Game. We can make the display name have one of those later, but for now it has that. Okay, so we got ourselves a level here. I feel like this is just a little bit too vertical. I don't quite want that much space, so let's just go and tweak that real quick. Yeah, I don't want to just... Yeah, we're good. Yeah, so map, let's go mid, and let's bring down the number of rows to like 40-ish. There's like a 2-to-1. Maybe we could go a little less. 36. Apply. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so part of this is going to be putting together the level, and then part of it's going to be the scripting. So right now, I think we should do just the functional scripting part first, and then we'll work on making the map interesting with like cool elements where like you capture stuff, or maybe one player has specific upgrades that the other one doesn't. So like maybe we'll do some cool stuff with shields to make shields different, make turrets maybe shoot differently for one player or the other. That way there's like this asymmetric play, and the strategy for ending one player is different than the other. And whatnot. So the first part about this is just like having two players that you can control. So one of the things I want to do is make it so you can't demolish everything. So like this would be a really easy challenge if you could just like destroy a path so that when you switch to the other player, they can just go in and like ram your base or whatever, right? Like that is not particularly interesting as a thing. So like we need to solve that. We need to solve just like the basic win-loss conditions. So let's just do the really basic win-loss conditions first. The loss condition I think is just going to be a timer. And for our colors, what do we want our colors to be? Like we could do blue, orange. Kind of want to do like yellow and green for this one. I like using the non-standard colors when possible because it's cool. It's a good variety, and they're not used that much. So maybe that could work. Do that and that. So green and yellow. I mean, yeah, we could do that. That works. It looks pretty decent. The yellow is so much brighter than the green. Maybe we should adjust that, make it a little different color. Okay, so first off, we just want to do the very basic, like, win-loss condition. So we need to make it so that, like, this player destroys this one counts as a win. Or rather, if either player is dead, it counts as a win. So let's make a trigger for that. This is going to be a variable trigger, because I just want to know if they're, like, alive or not. And we're going to say, win Gary. Or Gary win. Yeah, we'll do win Gary. Okay, and in this trigger, we're going to... I'm going to expose it just so I can see what it is. And we have... Let's see what player. That's player 4 and player 5. So if player 4 or player 5 are dead, then we want this to trigger. So that actually means that we need to have 2 triggers, one for one player, one for the other, because you can't do ors. You can only do ands with these expressions for the conditions. So let's rename this to win green, and then green, that was player 4, so player underscore 4 is alive, and then we'll say equals 0. Or no. We want to say player 5 is dead, because then the other player's won. So player 5 is dead, then green has won. Right? And then we're going to make another one of these, variable win yellow. And that's just going to be the same. Player underscore 4 is alive is 0. Add that. So now we have the 2 conditions for this. We sure want to do that? I kind of still don't really like these 2 colors together. Doesn't look very good, I don't think. I'd have to change the scripts to like change this later if we want to change colors. Green, yellow. You know, let's just stick with it. It's good. I mean, we could do. Oh, we could do this the deep blue. Decisions. You see, that's why it's hard to make maps. You make split second decisions. You're like, I don't know what colors I want. Dang it. Oh wow, that's a really deep blue. Okay, so we could do green and blue. Maybe that would look cooler. Blue and yellow, green and blue. Blue is really strong. We could just do the default color, I guess. You know, let's just stick to yellow. We'll stick with it. It looks all right. Okay, so now that we have these actual triggers, we need to make them like execute in the level. So to do that, let's just make a trigger set. Just say win conditions, right? So this will be, or I guess end level conditions. End level set. This will just be a set, not a set of sets. And this set should be do all the things, but do all the things for when green, when yellow. And then also we're going to do one more for just the timeout. So we can make one more of these actually. This is going to be an execute, it's just a simple timer basically. And we'll say lose timeout. So I don't know how much time we should give them. Let's do 6 minutes. Like if they go above 6 minutes, we're not good. We're going to set this to cumulative, just so it's like it doesn't matter if they delay dialogue or like did some shenanigans or whatever. It's just when the simulation time count reaches 6 minutes. We could have dialogue keys. I think we're going to do that later to just make those fancier at a later time. So lose for timeout. Okay, so now that we have all that, let's go and add it to the map itself. So startup and level set, and let's test that. Let's just see what happens. So we got nothing. That's no good. We didn't do something quite right. Oh, also, we need to set the player that we're playing as. Let's be our green lime color. Green's there. Map. Trigger startup set. Okay. That should do this. All of these should be case. Show trigger. Do this, do this, do this. Test. There we go. Okay. So now we are our green, and let's just go and kill yellow real quick. This actually might take a second because we just have the passive resources. I do kind of like that green as a thing. So this should get rid of one of these. Yeah. There we go. And then we can actually kill ourselves. We'll need to solve this. I think we're going to just platform it. But yeah, player 5 is dead. And you can kill yourself with searchers. If we platform ourselves, then we wouldn't be killable. There we go. And then we could also just wait forever. We want to make an actual map action, though, to, like, do something when those conditions are met. But the triggers are connected and firing. So we want a winning, or end any level in a win. So end level win. This will be... Where are we? End level. And we want to end level victory. Victory. You've won. I'm going to get rid of that. We will have victory for there. Triggers. So we'll do here on the triggered win. And you win here too. So now this map action gets triggered by these triggers that we saw getting triggered just earlier. Yeah, this should do the trick. Now, because we only really probably want one of these to trigger, I'm going to change this to any. So if we win as green, or we win as yellow, or the timeout happens, then all of them are finished. So yeah, that's cool. All right, so we have that part working. The next thing I want to work on is possessing between the players. So we want to have a timer that's like, you're this player, and now you're this player, and now you're this player, and then you're this player. And like maybe you have 10, 15 seconds. I'm just going to put it to like 5 seconds. And we'll basically do like a TikTok. We'll have to like go this way, then that way, then this way, then that way, then this way, then that way. Okay, so that sounds kind of like a sequence where we'll just kind of do something, wait a bit, do something, wait a bit, do something. So let's go and make that. So we're going to make a trigger set, and we'll say this is the like possess player sequence. And let's put spaces in these. No underscores. What am I doing? And we want this to be... It should be able to just be a set. Okay, so we want a sequence for this one. And then we want to create a kind of a just a delayer for the first one, and this will be like control green, and we'll wait 5 seconds. Controlling, we're gonna make a custom one just so that we don't get like a million objectives. Controlling green and timeout. Oh, it's delay, I think. Yeah. Delay. Yeah, so we're switching in 5 seconds or whatever, and then we need to make the actual action that does it. So this is the trigger part. Action. So control green. This will be a possessed player. So control green. We're going to make another one of these, which is control yellow. Let's do that. Possess player. Control yellow. Now, this is the trigger for control green. We're also going to need one that's the control yellow. So let's do that. Same thing. Execute. Control yellow. Let's do a delayed here, actually. I'm going to change the name of the other one, too, just so that we're like, yeah, it's delayed. Cool. And then we would like to, like, make another set. So we kind of want to do all of this stuff in, like, specific orders or whatever. So we can just kind of add this as its own set. Or no, it's a sequence, sorry. We go first green, then yellow. And say, hey, you're green, and then there is yellow. Okay, I think that's good. Now, the thing is we want to do like a repeat to do this over again and over again. We want to do this, this, and then do it again and again and again and again and again. So we're going to just make an execute that is just like repeat possess sequence or whatever. So we need to make another trigger for that. So repeat possess loop, I guess we call it. And here, this is going to be a map action to go and set one of those. I think it's like, yeah. Create trigger set. So repeat player possess loop. And the trigger we want to do is the possess player. Let's actually go to that and rename it and say possess player, because it's a repeating like loop. So we'll call it the cycle actually. Okay, so we have the cycle here is now the thing that's done in the action of possess player repeat loop, or maybe we should call it possess player repeater, right? Because it's the player repeater part, like it's the repeating part of the thing. And then we want to do that, and then in here we want to add the repeater. So we go control green, control yellow, possess player repeater. That then repeats the possess player cycle. Now on the map, we need to add that as the cycle. So we have our end condition, and then we have the set. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the player to like cyan, and we're going to turn off lime. So we are just cyan. So we shouldn't be able to do anything for the first few seconds, and we're going to just do a test. Okay, so controlling green in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we still can't control green. I don't think we can figure things, but you can see that it's actually kind of doing exactly what we want. So control green. Oh, it's saying control green for both. That's not good. Let's take a look at that. Oh, that should be a 5-second delay. Controlling yellow in delay. Oh, we didn't even like set this one up. Oops. Yellow. So it just that's why it didn't show anything, is that the actual set itself just did it instantaneously. So much stuff to set up. It does get a little bit confusing. So we do control green, delayed, and then we do control yellow, delayed, control green. Not doing the control green. Control green. Okay, so neither of them were set up. Okay, cool. So now we got control green, control yellow, possess report. Triggers of this are, we got green. Green is doing the green action. Perfect. Delay, yellow. It's doing yellow. Green is green. Yellow is yellow. Possess player repeater. Repeating the loop. Do the thing. Cool. So, let's do a test. So we can't do anything, and then we possess. Hey, we can do stuff. Okay, we are this player now. We can do all the actions. Okay, now we're the other player. You'll notice the actions actually continue evaluating. Okay, now we're back to green. This is pretty neat. Okay. You can build over the your previous players. It switches pretty quickly, and I think that's good for testing. But like, you know, maybe not great for the actual gameplay part, right? And then we can demolish things. You can capture, so they're enemies. That's good. Okay, this is pretty cool. I'm going to get rid of these two objectives just so that we're not seeing them, and then I'm going to put a proper name on this just so that we know what it is doing. So, edit map. Trigger win. Let's... Like, we do want to say what you're supposed to do. So we could just have this one be displayed and be like, defeat any player, right? Your goal is to defeat any player, and then this yellow one is not shown just so it has one. And then the delayed, so lose timeout. This is that, so we'd be like, oh no, this should be the one, right? So defeat any player in delay. Defeat any player in the delay time. Okay, and then the other one, this should just have nothing, right? So now if we test that, we see, hey, defeat any player in 5 seconds. We're controlling green in 2, 1, bam. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, that is super cool. So now there's this problem where you can demolish stuff. Now, if we have like a big level with lots of stuff, you could like demolish this and depower a bunch of things. And then that would make it like super easy and not very interesting. So I kind of want to still let you be able to demolish stuff, but only things that you built at the start. I kind of feel like disabling demolish completely is a little bit harsh, just because like you can't like correct mistakes if you put yourself in a weird position, and like a giant area demolish might be a good just like oops sort of moment. So yeah, let's think about how to do that. So my first thought is that we like have these players here be like a specific modifier to all the buildings, and then we like capture them completely by another player. So we like maybe have 2 different colors that you take over. That's a little bit weird because then your win-loss cases are strange. I mean, we could literally just say like demolish a specific HQ. Or we could demolish the main HQ after you've captured their one. And then we could disable that upgrade maybe, so it's like not permanent or whatever. I'm just realizing how far off the mic. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's a thought, is just to make it so that you can't demolish stuff. I kind of feel like maybe we don't do that initially, like the fancy thing of like you can't demolish stuff, and maybe work a little bit on the map just to see how it plays. Like doing a weird thing where you can't demolish some buildings but you can demolish others is maybe confusing. But it's something we could do at a later time. But I think the mechanics for this are largely configured, right? We don't really have anything else we have to do for winning. Oh, we should check to see that we're like, you know, our win condition is actually winning the game. Oh, that's weird. Do we have green there? But we're yellow, aren't we? Oh no, we are green. That's yellow. We changed colors. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to like have some dialogue. Hey, we won. Perfect. That's actually great. Oh, we gotta go back to the editor this way because we actually finished the level. Here's game, edit. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty happy with this. I feel like the real thing that's gonna be fun about this level is like the asymmetry between these two, and adding neat upgrades. So I kind of feel like yellow could do something cool with turrets, just like, you know, lightning, energy themed sort of thing. So a thing I've been wanting to test out for a while to see how this works is to do like a one range turret that like does chain lightning, sort of. So let's try and make that a thing. So we'll do yellow action mods, and then we'll make a modifier, and we'll just say yellow turret. This is gonna be a turret modifier. So first off, the amount of health on these things is kind of ridiculous. We don't need one of those. These aren't really important because they're like for map upgrades. So let's see. Nanite cost, energy cost. This is a lot. I'm thinking these things are like a little bit lower class. Let's do like 20. Build time, let's do like 1.8. The quick builds, operational. This always has to be lower than build. In this case, I'm gonna make them the same. There's not really a point to have it be working or firing before it's finished building. Health. This is too much health. Let's do really weak. Let's do like 75. It's a little stronger than a wire, but not much. You gotta shield these things. I think that will be really interesting to try to work with. Health regeneration, that's a little bit too much. Let's bring this. I usually like to do about 10%. Or 5 to 10%, so that it's like you have 20 seconds. And then it will be full health. Yeah, we can leave that. They have pretty low default actually on that, because if they're 200, yeah, this is a really low default number for turrets actually. Retaliation. I'm tempted to put some retaliation on them, but let's keep them to being one thing so far. Capture time. They take a long time to capture. Let's bring that down to like 3 or less. They're like 1.5. Award energy. So this is a new mechanic to like award if it's been destroyed, and then like how much, and then there's a bit of a variance you can apply. Capturing. Starting action count. So I kind of want to limit the number of these you have. Let's do 10 of them. Like, they'll be really strong and pretty cheap, but you only have like maybe 10 of them. And then max actions charges, let's do 10. And then the cooldown for these, let's say you get one every 10 seconds. They are going to be demolishable, but we're just going to disable the demolish action. The attack damage, we want this to be less. So like a lance normally has like 75 to 100 health-ish. But I kind of want them to be like quick firing, sort of. So let's do like 35. So 3 hits would kill a lance approximately. And then we'll do an attack time of like 1. So that brings them to about 35 DPS. Now I'm going to put in a quad attack, which means it'll be able to zap in like all 4 directions with separate attack cooldowns. And then the attack range, we're going to go 1. Get an attack range of 1. The chain count, this is how many times it bounces. Let's do 4. And then 0.9 is actually pretty good. Is platformable. Yeah, I think that's all good and dandy. So let's put that on there. And then on for the yellow player, let's put the action modifiers on them. And then let's just take a look at that. Okay, so we want to be yellow. And we can see our little turret there. And let's just see what this does, right? I'm just curious to see how it is. Like, it's pretty low on health, pretty low on damage, doesn't take a lot. A little baby turret. Let's go and test this. Okay, we're not green yet. We'll be green in a second. And they're short range. Okay. So I don't know. Oh. We need to wait. We need to make that timer longer. Like, what does this do? Okay, so it's like really picky, right? Because you have to get it all really up close to something, but it's also really weak. Good damage, though. Very good damage. Okay, so I kind of like that. I feel like the attack rate is like attack damage, I should say, is too high. Like, it one-shots a wire seeming, right? Yeah, it's like one-shotting the wire, which is not great. Okay, so yellow turret chain. So it's maybe like, no, I want to keep this at 4, but the attack damage, let's do like 20. Right, we want this to do lots of the bouncing and damage, but like maybe not a lot. And then 0.8. Yeah. So attacks like, you know, pretty quickly. Let's go a little lower. The attack range 1 is going to be killer. I feel like that's really interesting as a thing, because then you have to like protect it, and it'll have to get up close. And build time, mana cost, health. This health is maybe still a little high. Could do like 65. Like, they're real weak. Oh, real weak. Okay, let's see what we got. So our DPS is lower now. We're at 22.5. Yeah. Maybe, okay, so a thing that could be neat to do is make the health regeneration pretty high, but like the health lower. So like a lance usually is like 40 DPS and they also have 4. Yeah. So. I don't know. That's pretty. We'll just like try to do something interesting with that. Okay, so the next building that would be neat for yellow to have is like maybe an altered, like shield or something, right? I think it's actually true for both players. I want to modify their shields, just because the defenses you can make in the base game with this shield is not very deep. It's not that hard to get through. And if this is all about, like, you know, making something that's difficult to plow through in a mechanical combat standpoint, we need better shields for the players. So let's go and look at that. So let's do a shield. We'll do yellow shield. Create. This energy cost, we're going to bring out about 200. We're going to bring that down to 4. Operational is, let's keep that at 4. Health, I'm going to bring out to 80. Nanite cost, 45 is probably fine. Health regeneration is 4 again. I guess that's just kind of the default value we gave to things, unless it was otherwise important. Starting action. Kind of want to make these limited, sort of, to some degree. But also, I don't know. We don't want to just, like, add things for no reason. So, shields. Total shield. So, I'm thinking these shields are going to be harder to use, but, like, stronger in some way. So, like, let's do, like, 650. Starting shield charge, like, the player's not going to have, like, any time to, like, wait for stuff. So let's do 95. Like, they're not going to be able to wait. Census is increased. We did, like, a 2x increase, so let's do, like, 25. Yeah, you got to be doing a lot of damage to get through one of these shields. Okay, so this is the actual shield layout. So I'm thinking we kind of want to do, like, slightly over and then slightly below, and then the min range I'm gonna say is 1.5 and the max range is like 2.8, and then facing input, that should still be the same, and let's see what that looks like. Apply mods, yellow. Wait, we didn't add it to the set. Shield. Okay, so that's what that looks like. That's pretty cool. I kind of want to get rid of that last bubble at the end. So I think we want to decrease the range by 1. But that's such a weird shape, right? But they provide so much shields. Yeah, I think we're going to have to put charge on these, right? Because, like, let's say you do this, right? For, like, a defense pattern. Now you have, like, so much room to do stuff in here, right? Like, just with those shields there, you could do that, and then you could do, like, a row of these. Now, for yellow, it doesn't quite make sense. Probably you'd put these in the front, right? Because of the 1 range. And, like, I don't know what you do with this space back here. Like, could do that and that, I guess. It's like those are shooting over. Like, you could even just, like, not have that one there, but... Okay, so if we got rid of that last one, what would this change to what the looking of, like, is? So if we go to shield, max range, we're going to bring it down by 1 tick. So now shields are like that. So these then aren't covered. We do like that, and then Like, that's pretty neat. Like, if you make this into like a platform, there's like some empty space back here. You know what? A thing we also could do with this that maybe makes sense is like let you build HQs. Maybe it's not a very powerful laser, right? Just because lasers can, be ridiculous. Like, this is literally 1500 damage is what this can do. So maybe not, but like, yeah, okay. I can kind of like this. This seems pretty interesting. I like how this formation can come together, and then like you like pushed around or whatever. Oh, we haven't completed it, I guess. Oh, they're not merging because time's not moving forward. Okay, yeah, they would merge in the game later, but they don't merge until we've actually like tested the level. See, that one merged there for some reason, but the other ones aren't. Okay. Kind of curious just what that does, what it looks like. A lot of making a level is, I think, just like trying to figure out what's interesting. Gotta be yellow. Come on. Controlling yellow, and now. Yeah, so go on. It's cheat codes. We'll move. Oh, nope, we're out of time again. I mean, it's pretty cool. Oh, no, we want to... Yeah, it'll fit us the wrong place. Okay, so... This defense pattern is pretty neat. I feel like green's going to be different from them. But I kind of like it, right? I kind of like it. I think it is neat. And then you even have some of the back line open or whatever. So once you break through the front... Okay, so this actually seems particularly interesting if we gave green relays. And we intentionally gave the design and the ability to build a relay in this side. Because then you wouldn't need a hold, maybe. You wouldn't need to hold things off too much. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so we got some cool changes to yellow. I think I want to do one thing to their headquarters, and we also probably want to put a limit on that. I also got to change the timer for this, because this is just too quick to really test things. 15. Let's make a yellow HQ. And HQ create. So that's so huge. Let's do 500 build time. That's too big. Let's do like 5 seconds and 5 seconds. Health. Let's bring that down. Regeneration 10. That's actually probably fine. You can bring that up, actually. Capture time. So I do want a really limited number of these, and like a long cooldown. So a 6-second cooldown, and you get 2 of them, right? Well, maybe... Okay, so we'll put this at 3, so that if you don't use one immediately, it's not like a bad thing. You'll still be... Because it'll be recharging the third one. In fact, we should probably do that with all of these to make it so that the current charges, the starting charge is like this, and then this is maybe like 12, just so that if you don't use one in the first 20 seconds, you're not punished by having fewer of them. So shield, I don't know, maybe 5 of these or something. 5 of the fences. Okay, And then we'll do 20 seconds, and you start up with 3. So for the yellow action mods, let's add that HQ in. Oh, we also need to modify the laser. That's actually a separate thing to like they do different damage and whatnot. So I want to make that like longer range, shorter firing, higher damage per second. Oh, this income. These should go to 0. Like I don't want HQs being made that are giving you more money probably. Like there will be resource miners that you can collect or whatever and whatnot. Capture time. Oh yeah, let's bring this down to like 4 or 5 seconds. 15. Okay, and now we need to do yellow laser. Where is the laser? HQ. Huh, I think we forgot to put the laser on here. Oh no, Ray. There he is. We could call it Ray. We'll call it Ray. I guess that's the proper name we're using for it. Okay, so unset, like these values don't actually matter in this case. The laser can't have that. The thing that matters the most about this is these. So how many times can you shoot the laser? Let's do like 3, and then maybe you just have 1, and it's a 30-second cooldown. The direct damage tick, dealing damage. Okay, so let's do the actual like damage per second for the direct. Let's do really high here. So let's do like 15. Splash damage tick. We can actually leave that at 3. The duration though is quite a lot less. So let's do like 4 seconds. And then the max attacks range, we'll bring it up to like 18. Min attack range is 2. Yeah, we leave that still there. Yeah, okay. This is pretty cool. This feels like it's too little though. Maybe we just do like, hang on, is this per sec? Yeah. Damage to targeted building. Multiply by 20 for DPS. So this times 20 is the damage per second. So that would mean it's doing 300 damage per second. Which would get through a shield in 2 seconds if the other side had shields of similar quality to yellow. Okay, let's put an array. So we'll have all those. And then I think yellow is good. Like, they've got some cool stuff. Next, I guess we're probably going to make green do some cool stuff. Probably with, like, surgers, lances, retaliation damage. Maybe also yellow should, like, give bonuses. Or maybe both players should probably do this, where we do, like, the more you defeat them, the more stuff you get. I feel like we want the conquest to be really quick and fast. So doing, like, the bounty seems pretty fun for demolish and destroy. But I kind of feel like that's going to be a general upgrade. Yeah, let's just... we can make that now, actually. General... So this would be like... Bounty. Oh, we don't want it to be a set. We want it to be a modifier. Bounty. Add bounty. And we're going to make this an upgrade. Turret multiplier. Where is the actual bounty? Oh, you can't do that with an upgrade. It has to be another thing. Oh, okay. That's not wonderful, but mostly you're capturing wires anyways, so... Okay, well, we'll go and make a new one then for that. So we'll say wire bounty is a wire, and these are the same. I don't care about that. Or, you know, we'll just call this wire in general, because this will overwrite any value. So we do want to modify not just the wires, but like the other stuff. So we want a capture or destroy. Like both are good, I think. And like both say you're making progress. So if you're making a successful conquest of the thing, then we want to like encourage you to keep going quick and whatnot. So energy awarded to destroyer player. So if someone destroys a wire, let's give them 8 plus or minus 3. So that means we can go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we can do between that and then nanites. I kind of want this to be more, actually. Just because nanites are, like, more driven or whatever. But, you know, we'll keep them proportional to, like, generally how much they cost. So they do cost more nanites. So let's do, like, 10 plus or minus 5. And then for the capture, we're going to do the same. 3, 10, 5. So if you captured them, this was the energy and the whatnot. Let's not change that. No cooldowns. And then let's apply that. So wire. Leave that at the bottom. We'll move it up. There we go. And let's make another action set for the other one too. So this will be green action mods. Put wire on it. Okay, so let's test this. We've made a decent number of changes. Time to do some testing. Always test. Test. Very important. Oh, now I have to wait 12 seconds to be any of these players. That's not so great. Okay, so if we build that, destroy, bam, we got some stuff. Oh, it's still connected. We need to break more things. Let me cheat. Destroy stuff. And now if we try to capture back, bam, bam. Oh, we're not getting a plus there from that. That's weird. I thought we applied it to both players. Oh, no, we didn't add the set onto the green player. That's why. So we wouldn't get money for that, but we would get money for the wire. We changed players, I think, at just the moment there to not see it. So if we're not controlling that player, it won't show the bounty received. But, like, they still got it. Yeah, this... Let's test out the turret. We got a couple seconds till we switch. Maybe a few of those. Okay, sweet. Laser. 1. Oh, look at that damage. Ah, it's so quick. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. It's different. It's got a 30-second cooldown. It's weird we don't... Oh, wait. What? Oh, no, we switched players. That's right. So now we're on this player. This player is the old way, right? So it does a lot less damage, I think. Yeah, 1,500. This is the old one. You see it goes a lot slower. Whereas this one, bam, 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 and then done. Very quick. Okay, that's cool. Feel like yellow has some interesting kit to use. That's neat. I feel like we need to now transition to making green cooler. So yeah, first off, let's apply that upgrade set. So player, lime, green action modifiers, which we're applying them to yellow, but there's not actually a green, so that's just a typo name. Should be lime action modifiers. And let's set this to human player just so that we save ourselves some effort on waiting. Okay, so we have our modifier set for green. Let's go and make another thing for that. So for green, I'm kind of feeling like it would be neat to do something with retaliation damage. In part because with those shields, you can now like actually defend the HQ as it's firing. Because I believe with the retaliation, it would deal damage, but I need to like protect your HQ because I do retaliation damage, right? So like having your HQ partially like a close front line of turrets, and then like just an HQ. In fact, maybe we don't even want yellow to have lances at all. Like they're just HQs and turrets, right? That's all they are. HQ turrets, platforms, and surgers. Yeah, that seems interesting. Anyways, let's go do green next. So let's do green lance, the lance, and let's make these maybe a little stronger. Let's like 120. The build time, I'm fine with that. That's all good. Energy, health regen, damage return ratio. So let's do like 1.5. So they'll return 1.5 times damage. That's a lot, but I think will be pretty cool. Let's do actually like 180. So I'm thinking green has like basically no shields. Like they're not a shielded base really. But they have, because like return damage, if it hits a shield, it doesn't actually do the return damage unless it goes through and hits the health of the building. So let's bring up the health to like pretty high, and then the regeneration, let's do 25. Like it'll be actually pretty intense health regeneration on the green lance. Let's lower the attack speed so it attacks quicker. Attack cooldown. So let's like do 0.35. And then the attack damage. That's actually probably good. Range 2. Yeah, that seems dandy. Now the number of these things you could build. Probably you can build a lot of them. So let's do like 30 and then 50. And then it's got like a 3-second cooldown, so you get one really quick. Like you keep charges just coming. So many charges. Capture time. Let's bring this down to like 2-ish. We're actually probably going to do a general upgrade that just makes everything be captured faster, actually. HQ specifically needed a nudge for reasons. So, yeah, that's fine. We're a little bit quicker to capture. Return damage. Cool. We want to modify their shields now. Green gets weird shields. Or no, we want the retaliation damage. So, the shields should function differently. What if they're just front lines? Like, what if it's just a wall? Is how the shield works, right? Because I don't want them to protect other buildings, but like maybe they protect themselves and that's it. So let's do shield. These are not gonna be that expensive. Let's go like 120. They're not very useful. Let's do like 2 and 2. Health. everything on this team is stronger. So let's do 150. Health regeneration is 5. They're going to have return. Everything's going to have return damage for green unless it's a wire. So let's do like 0.9. Oops, 0.9. Capture time. Let's bring. Oh, no, I'll leave that the same. And then no bounties. The number of these, they're like not very good. So let's do like 15-ish. Action cooldown, you get 1 every 15 seconds. Sure. Now, the thing I'm imagining is something that you have to kill with a lot of damage really quickly. Otherwise, it's just protected and fine. So let's go like 150, but then the regeneration is like 75. So to be able to kill it, you have to go over 75 damage per second. It's insane how much they regenerate. 0.9, 0.8, 0.8. This might be too much. Let's do 65. Oh! There's the cooldown. That's right. The time after absorbed damage to begin to recharge. So a thing we could do is we could add a cooldown so you just have to continuously be hitting it. So if you're hitting it all the time with like 2 or 3 different things, then it's not like gonna regenerate, right? But like if you even give it just a second of time, so we'll do like 0.2, 0.6, right? You give it even a second, it will regenerate to basically full, and be insane. Or let's do 0.4, like you look a really short period of time. Okay, so now for these, I'm thinking we don't have them have any angle. The min range, though, is going to be 0, and the max range is 0. Input facing, we're going to do 0 degrees because it doesn't matter anymore if they're just like protecting themselves. So let's add this to yellow, or not yellow, green shield, and let's see what they look like. Green. There we go. They just protect themselves. they have a bubble over themselves, and that's it. They regenerate is insane. Health is pretty high. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Like, you can make a line of them. The facing doesn't matter, but like, the thought is you do something like this, right? It actually doesn't. Their facing doesn't matter at all, right? So, yeah. And so then these things they're weird, right? And be like, oh man, they have 75 per second, but like have a short cooldown, right? Yeah, let's just see how that works. Like, let's just like what. Is this even in the ballpark of reasonable for these numbers? So let's just do that. Okay, yeah. Oh, it does the retaliation damage even though it's on the space. Oh, dear. Okay. So it normally I don't think would, but because the space itself is the thing, the damage is blocked. Okay. Okay, that's cool. That is super cool. I actually love that. You can see the bar, like, it goes down, but it's, like, recharging. It's got a slight delay, though. So you gotta, like, overpower it, right? Let's be on yellow. So, overpower. Oh my gosh, the damage. Okay, yeah, this is actually maybe kind of hard to like ram through. Why is that invalid? Oh, because I'm green again. We need to have some, like, dialogue event pop up or something to be like, oh, you're the other color now. Okay, so why did it die so fast? Okay, that's weird. That's a bug. Bugoo found. Maybe that's because, like, we're switching players or something. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, they, like, disappear. What? Why does this platform have unknown health? Like, are these guys' platforms weird, too? Oh, we just switched. They are. We didn't even change platform. Okay, well, that sort of explains why, like, it wasn't working. Yeah, okay, so I really do like this, like, the shields go down and you have to break through. I think that having this additional 150 health is going to be broken, though. Like, as soon as that bar goes to 0, it's just one more shot and they should die. I do like the recharging bit. But yeah, this health, they should be like 15 health or something crazy low. Okay, yeah, platforms are being weird. I'll have to look into that later. Let's see. So, action modifiers for green shield. This health. Green shield. Health. 15. Health regeneration. Let's do just 1. Like, if you get some damage off on it but don't kill it, like you get like 6 damage, you should see it slowly over like 15 seconds working its way back up to full health. I kind of feel like this timer should be a little bit longer. But otherwise, I'm actually like reasonably happy with these numbers. I think like 150 damage. Like if you shot the laser at this thing, it would go through pretty easily. But you have to like, you know, apply the proper application of strength. Sort of fun thing. Okay, so that's cool. Green has a cool thing. Let's give them another cool thing. So let's do something to their surgers. Like maybe they move faster. Maybe they're strong or something. So one thing about the zappiness of those turrets with the bouncing is that it's gonna like go through the main front line and kill the back line. So I kind of feel like surgers probably need a health upgrade on Green's side. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Wrong type. Action modifier. Create green surger. That's a surger. And so let's like just bring up the health and health regeneration. Yeah, they actually have pretty high health regeneration. So let's go like 100 and health regeneration of like 15, maybe 12. Capture time. Yeah, they get captured pretty quickly. That's fine. I don't care. The number you can build. I don't think I actually care about this too much. But you can do like walls of them, so maybe a little bit. Like you do like a 5-second. And then let's do like 3 of them, and then like you can't do more than 6 or 7, right? For your synchronized surgers. Move speed, yeah, let's make this up. Let's go to like 8. Attack cooldown, let's bring this down some too. Double. Okay, we'll see what that does. This is maybe gonna do a weird thing. It could make it feel kind of glitchy. Attack 0.4, right? So it takes... Or we could make this longer, right? So, like... So how this works, basically, is it's the time taken to reach max speed, which is the same time between each attack. So, since we're going so fast, when we ram things, we could actually make this be a pretty big number. So we could make this like 1.5. But then the damage is a lot higher at like 80 or something. Why is this so low? 60? What? Okay, that's a thing to write down. That you should be able to have a much higher amount of damage coming out of your surger. Okay, let's put a note there. SU Archer. Action. Setup. So damage. Okay, cool. We got a note. We'll do that later. For now, it will be 60. And sure, we'll do auto capture wires. Now, a thing about this faster movement speed is that wires need to be buildable faster, or else it'll like trip over itself. And I can show you kind of what that looks like, actually, because you might encounter that in another level or something, right? So if we built something like here, it's built. See, it goes faster, faster, faster. I guess 8 really isn't actually that fast. Should take like 1.5 seconds to get there. Okay, let's go quicker. Let's go faster. Or did we not add it to the set? We didn't add it to the set. That's actually what's wrong. Yeah. Green Surger. Map. Test. See how it kind of like hitches there? It goes faster than the actual wires are building in front of it, and so it like, you know, it roadblocks itself. But like that should make for a kind of big ram. You can also see it kind of depresses further into them, but it does bigger damage. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I feel like we're in a good place to like go and tweak that. So to fix this surger movement thing, basically we just need to make greens wires so that they so that they become operational faster. Now this does mean that they'll be able to like click and drag and have them line out faster that way. So let's tweak that. It'll make them quicker, but that's fine. They're green, like they're snake-like. They can snakety snakes. This does mean we're going to need a specialized wire though. So let's rename this to green wire, and then we'll make a copy of this called yellow wire. And so now yellow wire's thing. Let's go to yellow, delete yellow wire. And then we'll go to green, and green's already green because it has the previous reference to the thing. So now green wire, we're going to change the operational time of this. We like doubled the speed, so probably we want to like half the operational time approximately. The build time, let's also make this a little stronger or quicker. Let's do like 0.8. This is the time it takes to reach full health. And be at 100% health and stop gaining health from build. This is the amount of time before the building actually like starts doing things. In which case, for wires, that's providing power so that the surger doesn't trip itself up. For reasons, they're different numbers because of like game design and balance. So let's give this a test and see if our surgers get lost. So they'll go faster. Oh yeah, that speed. Look at that speed. Okay. So I kind of feel like it's taking too long to reach max speed, but I am pretty happy with the total speed. So maybe we bring the attack cooldown just down a little bit, but the speed maybe up by a little bit more. Okay. So modifiers, green surger. Okay, let's see what we got. So let's bring this up to like 9, and then we'll do this in like 1.1 seconds. Okay, and then let's test and see what that looks like. Do we trip? Do we need to make that number smaller? Oh, it's so fast. Okay, that's cool. Let's do this. So fast. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. It's notably quicker, right? Why this is valuable, we're gonna have to make the level take this into into consideration somehow. But like, yeah. So if we just, we switched players again. Yeah, okay, so this is looking pretty cool. We got like some fast moving surgers, we have some cool shield things that like protect themselves and have almost no health, but like their shields, yeah, these are cool. These are pretty cool. The turret things, those are pretty neat. Like little zappy stuff. And I can see how like the formations of these things work together to some degree. Right, like you could combine 3 of these here or 2 of them. You can just have these things be barriers otherwise, but like you do like not enough energy. Like here or here and here, right? Which would give you like pretty good coverage, right? And so this is like a pretty cool looking platform. We switch players again. Yeah, it's got good coverage, good places you can build a wall of turrets around the outside. For green, I feel like green needs more love. More love for green. Their turret, like, do I want to do something about their HQ? Maybe their HQ does, like, even more return damage or something and has good health generation. Like, if it's like the shields, then it should, like, have a lot of health regeneration. Like, I want it to be kind of hard to kill green buildings, right? Just kind of in general. Okay, so for green, we're going to make a green HQ, create, and we're almost done with all the modifiers, I think. Like, this is like 1 or 2 more. So, the health. I feel like the health maybe goes down a little bit, right? Well, so there's a question about how many HQs do we want to have, and like how hard is it to kill an HQ, right? How difficult is it to accomplish? Because if we have like 5 HQs, then it needs to be pretty easy, because you need to kill all of them. In fact, that could be a fun asymmetry that, like, yellow has just one really strong HQ with relays connecting their networks, whereas green has a bunch of HQs. Though yellow's HQs are already kind of weak, so I kind of feel like it maybe should go in the opposite direction. Green should be a lot of relays and a really strong, like, hard-to-kill thing. Green is the final boss, whereas yellow has a bunch of small ones. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's see. So if green is gonna be the bunch of small ones, not the bunch of small ones, sorry, the really strong one, then probably they take a long time to build, like 25 seconds, or something insane, 20 seconds. I don't know if we're gonna be able to build these though. Like, I kind of feel like we shouldn't be able to, if they're gonna be so strong. So health. Let's do 8,000 health. Health regeneration, 80. You got to be doing so much damage. And then the thing is you're going to have to do so much damage to this thing that it's going to be pretty insane. So we'll just do like 0.5. That alone should be really hard. Because that means you're going to be taking 4,000 damage plus the regeneration amount, which is going to be a lot. Yeah. Exactly. It's going to be an oof. Income. So you only have 1 HQ. So maybe green actually has like some income that it gets from this. Let's do like 12. And then same period and nanite 18. We'll just double both. All right. Let's just see what that looks like. Oh, I gotta change to green player, I think. Turn off apply mods. Oh, we didn't change the set. That's fine. Set green HQ 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, let's go back. Get that now. Apply mods. Be green. Why don't you have a ton of health? Oh, we put yellow HQ on it. Green HQ. Oh, it's at the bottom. Weird. Okay. There we go. So 8,080. Let's try to kill it, right? Like, are we even in the ballpark for the numbers we should have here to be able to murder this? Now, one thing I want to incorporate is this idea that you want to like set up the enemy to take over your stuff. So when you're the other team can then use it in some powerful, like, you know, effective manner. So when we switch, we'll like platform and ram some of these in or something. Shields. We don't have enough time. Turrets. Damn. We're now controlled by the other player. Yeah, I think it's going to be probably like 30 seconds. 15 is not quite enough to like do a full action. Yeah, so what does that look like? These are getting pretty drained. In fact, everything's going to kill itself, isn't it? Yeah, it totally is. This is not a strong enough force. As it should be, right? This thing you need to have high DPS. And see, now these shields are super unwieldy as they're like protecting the wrong side, right? So I feel like the health regeneration isn't high enough. Right? It's regenerating too slowly. The total health probably is pretty good. But just like the damage these things give off, you know, it's just 2 lances, right? That's the amount we're negating. And like this should be able to take more of a beating or whatever. Like I'm imagining you have to hit it from like 2 sides to take out the green HQ. It is serious business. So let's like double that for the green HQ. Health regeneration. This retaliation was kind of weak, honestly. I kind of feel like it should be a little higher, but not much, right? This needs to be a possible thing to do in like, you know, happen. Let's do 9,001 because I like numbers that are funny. And I'm feeling like we're getting close to green being good. Like, they have interesting stuff. Like, only thing to change would probably be to make their lance... Oh, wait, did we not add the lance? We just didn't. Yeah, no, it's here. It just didn't get added. Yeah, so wire, lance, shield. Okay, yeah, this is looking pretty neat. We got this cool asymmetry going on. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy about this. It's pretty cool. Let's try out those lances because we never had them actually be applied or testing them, so we'll just see how it is. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. They go real fast. They do like 60 DPS. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of yellow HQs, so... Oh, I didn't... Not quick enough. Yeah, this is looking cool. I'm excited for this. This is looking cool. Okay. So... we got our things, our upgrades, all our stuff. As far as like features we need, I don't think there's really any like big feature things that have to be made. I think a lot of what it is now is just making the level good, right? Applying the things and making it do stuff. That is weird. Why is it only applying to the player I'm currently on? Oh, because this is the observing player. Okay, I don't think that's not a problem when we're actually testing. Okay, so... yeah, and this green and yellow has kind of grown on me a little bit. We might make this brighter, just in general, but I think this will be cool. Alright, so... the demolish problem. We need to disable this. So we need an action bar for each of these. So let's make them their action bars. And see how it is. I kind of want to get rid of turrets for green and yellow's lances, though. I kind of feel like a lot of the interesting parts about how these work together in neat ways comes about from that limitation. Right? Like if you do this, for example, that's like a super cool turret thing where you put then turrets around the outside. And that's really neat. You have like this and this, or no, this and this, right? But then you could maybe like mirror it a second time. You have this space in here, like what do you do with that? Or maybe you just let it be, right? And you have just like a giant death piece that just kind of goes, right? There's just, like, you could put a lance in here, but I kind of don't like that. Right? Yeah, it's weird. Oh, I know why. Okay, there's a strange thing happening where I don't think we're handling some platformy stuff correctly. Okay, we'll fix it later. Yeah, we're going to get rid of lances for yellow, and for green we're going to get rid of turrets, just because I feel like playing them doesn't have that. Now, that means a lot of the, like, interplay between these is going to be using turret, shield, like, HQ, laser. Oh, we do need to make sure laser is, like, easily accessible or whatever. and that you can build more yellow HQs. So that's probably what we get rid of Lance for, is we put HQ in its place. Or we put fire laser and then we put HQ at the end. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So player action bar. We're going to do yellow actions. Now everything is the same except for we can't do demolish. That is locked. No demolish. Minor. Lance is going to be fire laser. And fire laser is going to be HQ. Okay, so then we'll go green action bar. Let's rename the other one to be action bar. And then player. Where are you? Action bar, green, yellow. Oh, another thing I wanted to do to the players is like make them actually gonna finish the yellow. Don't get distracted. Okay, so once again, for yellow, we don't want any sort of demolish. Or no, we did yellow. We're going to do green now. And then green, we don't want any turrets. And we can't make HUs, but we can use the laser. Yeah, so this is locked. Fire laser. Oh, our possess map action. Control green, is that? Override. Use the player. Okay, so these aren't marked, so we won't pull over our actions. Should be good and dandy. Alright, so let's see. Green. Can't demolish. Good. We can do wire. We can do lance. Yeah, we can't do turret. Shield. Triplex. Do we want to do anything with triplex for green? I still feel like green maybe is the less interesting of the two. Like they use surgers, right, which is going to be really nanite heavy, so maybe triplexes do like very extreme neat things or something. I don't know. And then this is the action bar, so yeah, and we can make new HQs. And we're back over. Cool, that's updated. In both cases, we can, you know, inspect, we can rotate or whatever. But we can't like do the other thing or whatever. Oh, so that is a little bit weird. Depending on what player you're on, the fire ray is in a different place, which makes me kind of want to not have green have a laser at all and just get rid of it, right? I mean, we could also give them like blockade or something. Or yeah, let's get rid of triplex for yellow. I kind of just feel like it doesn't really go with their like lightning based theme or whatever. Yeah. So triplex gone for yellow. And then green loses laser. Okay, so set bar green, no laser, yellow, no triplex. All right, I think this is pretty interesting. So potentially the ordering these bars should be different or something. It's like, okay, that's your stuff. You can do like 32 of these for 10. Platforms. We should do something with platforms and retaliation or something. Well, there's already a lot within the turrets, or like the shields. I feel like platforms is just like a way of of managing things. Oh, there's another problem that we have. So we don't want to make it so that it's just like, oh, all of my defenses that are already existing, let's just push them out of the way, right? Like, that's a problem. And you totally could do that, right? You could just platform them and then send them out of the way of being, like, protected or whatever. So there's a thing we need to do, I think, to make that work. So a way to do this would be to just have all of these buildings be in two different players that also have one extra modifier on them, which is like, hey, nothing that was previously built nothing that was previously built was, what's the word? Damn it. Is platformable, right? So you can't build platforms under it. But anything new, you can build a platform underneath it. Because otherwise, you could kind of just, like, you know, wreck the level really easily by platforming and moving your starting defenses away. Now, we do want you to be able to use platforms for both players. I feel like that's interesting, where you have this, like, long-range shields and turrets, and then you just have, like, shields and lances as your main stuff, right? Okay, so this is looking pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how this is, like, working. I think we're gonna end this stream for now. We've been going for a little bit of a while, and we have some of the starting framework for the upgrades, for the triggers to, like, jump between players, for making our Gary's Game custom map. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.